it is time to make my next pie balls. And the strawberry ones were a great success. And actually, this is a good time before I forget. These have been sitting on my counter here in a Ziploc bag for 2 weeks. And it's everything I can do not to eat these because I want to see how long they'll last. Let me get a knife. Alright, let's have a look at these. So they've been sitting in a Ziploc bag. No O2 absorbers, no vacuum seal, no nothing. And these were strawberries. So I want to show you what that sealing it with the chocolate does. See that? That is still dry strawberries. Not packaged with O2 absorbers or anything. Not air sealed. But that chocolate seal around those just keeps that fresh. It stops them from absorbing moisture. Oh my man. These are just so good. You definitely don't want to put these where you're working because you'll end up eating them all at one go. They're very rich. Well, I just thought I'd share that with you. I'll toss those off to the side and we'll check them again in another couple weeks. But for today we are doing blueberries. So I went to my freezer department, bought 2 bags, they're 12 ounces each, of whole blueberries. And we are just going to put those in my blender. All I'm going to do right now is blend these up. We are going to plug it in first. It works much better that way. And blend these up to a fine a pulp as we can. Alright. Now I'm going to taste this and see if we need to sweeten that. Keeping in mind that this is going to be candy. They are pretty sweet. Do I want to add anything to that? Try that again. No, we're going to call that good. Alright, let me get my molds out. Alright, let's get some of this blueberry in my Ziploc bag. This time I'm not going to put too much because it is runny. Down to the bottom there. We're going to snip. Do that with the bowl. The end off. Alright, now we're just going to fill our molds. Halfway. Clean those up. Blueberries are messy. Blueberry pie, does that sound good to you guys? If it's half as good as my strawberries, we got a winner. Alright, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to do one tray. These will consolidate to one tray after they're frozen. So I'm going to stick these in the freezer, get them kind of firmed up, and while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and mix up our graham crackers. I'll see you in a minute. Alright, those are freezing away. So let's get this open. Graham crackers. We'll do them one at a time. Handy dandy rolling pin ready. That seems like smaller packaging than I used last time. We're just going to make a paste out of that. I started out with a cup of water. Yeah, I don't think I got as many in the package as I did on that cheap brand. Alright, bag ready. That's funny. But we'll get there. Alright, so that was a pack and a half, and I didn't quite finish this mold, so we'll do up another pack and a half. Alright, that was a really easy prep. So get these frozen solid. Next time you see these, I'll be popping them out of the mold. I'll give them about overnight, 24 hours. I'll see you then. Okay, these have been in the freezer overnight. So we are just going to pop these out. Fairly simple process. They can be hard to get out of the mold, but I've used this mold many times now, so it's kind of a little bit softer, I think. I remember in the beginning I used to pop these out and they'd fly all over the room. But you just grab them and push them from the back. And they come right out. So I guess the more you use the mold, the easier it gets to get them out. Alright, one more. That's one mold. Alright, we'll get those in the freezer so they don't thaw out. I'll fire up the freeze dryer, and next time you see these, they'll be coming out of the freeze dryer. Don't they look pretty? Okay, there we have it, my blueberry pie balls out of the freeze dryer. I ran those for 40 something hours. 40 plus. So let's get them put away for now. I am not going to coat those today, but I will be doing them soon. So I'm just going to seal them in this bag here. Until I can get around to it. Alright, next time we see these, we'll be coating those. Not in the very near future. So I'll see you when we coat those. Okay, are you ready for some dipping? Initially when I bagged these, I tried to vacuum seal the bag, and it started crushing them. Hopefully I didn't do too much damage. So I've previously melted my white chocolate, and unfortunately my store did not have Ghirardelli's white chocolate, so I got the Hershey's white chocolate. I did thin that out a little bit with some Crisco vegetable lard. So let's get these in a bowl. Well, they look alright. Let's give that one more mix. And let's get to dipping into the chocolate. Get it nice and covered completely. I might have thinned that out too much. We'll see. Put it on my chocolate, what do you call it? Parchment paper. I still got some chocolate chips there, and if I decide this is too thin, I might just have to melt some more chocolate into that. We'll do a couple, and I'm going to see how those set up. Just shaking off the excess. You want it a little bit thin, because you don't want a super thick coat of chocolate on there, but you want enough chocolate on there to create an air seal, which will just prolong how long you can store these. Pinhole there. What I'm noticing is as I shake the chocolate off, I'm getting pinholes. That's why I'm concerned that it's not going to give me a complete coating. And we want a complete coating. Alright. So what we got there? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I got some sugar granules colored. These are purple, which I thought would be perfect for the blueberry. So we're going to sprinkle that on those while it's still wet. What I'm going to do before I press on is I'm going to let that chocolate solidify and see what the coating is like. I might have to thicken that up. So I'll see you probably in about 10 minutes. Okay, let's see how these are setting up. That's been 10 minutes. It's set up real nicely. not going to give anything away there because we got a lot to do. Alright. Let's continue dipping. And the last one. Sprinkle that with my sprinkles. Alright, we'll let those set up. Oh, wait a minute. I want to drizzle, because I just thought that looked pretty on my strawberries. Drizzle some of this leftover chocolate over the top of it. Alright. Let that harden up, and then we'll get them plated up to make a nice little display, and I'll be right back. Okay, those have set up nicely. So now we are going to trim off the excess chocolate that we drizzled. They look really pretty. Okay, there we go. Got them all trimmed up. Let's cut one open. Show you what it looks like on the inside. Let's get a close-up of that. Let's do a taste test. That is good. All right. Now here's the verdict. These are gorgeous, but I'm going to put a caveat on these. I used Hershey's white chocolate, and in my opinion, Ghirardelli's is much better consistency. It's more creamy, and it's worth the effort to go out and find some Ghirardelli white chocolate. That being said, they're delicious the way they are, but there's also the blueberry is not as strong of a blueberry taste that I was looking for. So, should I make these again? And for my recommendation for you on the blueberry is, let's see if there's such a thing called blueberry extract. Not necessarily artificial flavoring. I would look for a blueberry extract. I don't know if there's such a thing. If there's no such thing as a blueberry extract, then we could go for the artificial flavor. But I would just like to up that blueberry flavor a little bit. And the graham cracker that I put on here, I don't think I watered it down as much as I did for my strawberries, because it's a little bit harder to bite. and that contrasts with the softness of the blueberry. So maybe add a little bit more water than we did in this video for the graham cracker crust, just to add more air bubbles in that when the water is removed. That would make it a little bit softer. But all in all, we're going to call these a great success, a beautiful product. We just want to up the blueberry flavor a little bit. And that's something I found, like when I freeze-dry blueberries, they never really had that blueberry taste that you get with blueberry muffins and things like that, you know? So I suspect that they add a little flavoring to the muffins, blueberries, so there must be something out there to up that taste. I'm sure one or two of my viewers out there will give me some tips on that. But without those tips available right now, I'd say look for a blueberry extract, and as a last resort, a blueberry artificial sweetener. I almost could say a blueberry syrup, but then you'd have to worry about not adding so much that when you freeze dry it, it explodes. So there you have it. I'm going to call this a great success with a caveat. Definitely don't, you definitely want to use Ghirardelli chocolate, in my opinion. It's a totally different texture to the Hershey's white chocolate, in my opinion. And we need to up that blueberry flavor. A great success though from John In Bibs, a pretty product that you could be proudly display at your next party or something like that, get together. And I'm going to enjoy these, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I look forward to seeing you next time.